Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to talk about sexual exhaustion and I'll get straight to it. So basically there's a difference between sexual exhaustion and erectile dysfunction. Okay, now erectile dysfunction is like permanent. You need, like in the herbal area of Chinese medicine, you need something to jumpstart that sex drive, okay? Where I don't know the Western side. I think the Western side uses, uh, Viagra and things like that. But I don't know anything about the Western side of medication. I've actually never had to take it. Anyway, however, er- the sexual exhaustion is, it's kind of like you've exhausted your sex drive. You've pushed it to its limit. I actually heard someone speak about how they have troubles feeling anything for the opposite sex. Slight emptiness, like you can walk past a beautiful woman and you just don't feel anything. Well, I had those feelings as well, so that's how far sexually exhausted I was. Like that's how damaged I was. Okay, now it like basically what sexual exhaustion is I'll explain it like it's a car battery, but it's not the best example. It's where, say you got a car battery and you start it up and you let it go flat. You leave the lights on, you let it go flat. Then you have to start up again, you leave the lights on, you let it go flat. If you keep flattening that battery, eventually that battery goes dead. So it's very important for guys to understand that if they are sexually exhausted, that they need to give their body a rest. Unless you want to be dependent on medication throughout your life, the best way to do it is through resting your body. Okay, now it took me, it's a long time ago, so maybe 6 to 10 months or a year and a bit of rest, because I wasn't just tackling my sexual exhaustion, which I was wrongly focused on, to not ejaculate. I should have been focusing on more removing pornography and removing, you know, more targeting my sex addiction at the same time. So if you're under, look, I'm no expert, but it was around about, if you're under the age of 23 and you are having troubles to, you don't feel like you have as much energy, like substance there. You don't feel like you get it hard enough, or you feel like, and it's only been a couple of days or whatever, you can bounce back very quickly. So the quicker you rest your body, the easier it is for you to bounce back. Okay, but by the time you realize all this stuff, it can be a little bit late, and you can have done some damage, like what I mean by damage is your sex drive is just never going to be as strong as it was before. Now, don't stress about this, because when I heard about this, I've done damage, I really stressed about it. But you have to think about the whole society. The whole society is obsessed about sex and ejaculation, and they uh, and since the pills come out in the last 100 years, and the hardcore pornography that's come out in since the internet, say last 30 years, there's many men who are finding it difficult to maintain an erection. I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe there are many men out there who are on the same boat as you guys. Now, so if you do discover that you're quite a younger man and you don't feel like you've got as much, I don't know, blood rushing down there, give yourself a real huge break. But in my next few videos, I'm going to talk about the Chinese medicine sexual frequency, so how often men really should have sex a week. Okay, so in the future, I'll talk about that, where in the actual Chinese medicine side, they recommend how often men should ejaculate each week at certain ages. So, if you're 20, you should only ejaculate 3 to 5 times a week. Okay, things like that. I know it sounds a bit contradictory to the traditional Chinese medicine, but this is modern day traditional Chinese medicine. Okay, so they kind of try and adapt. Okay, so so I'll be able to do some sort of chart from my memory of how often men should to maintain a healthy sexual relationship, or some sort of standard where you can have sex 3 to 4 times a week. But you have to understand that if you've got sexual exhaustion, it depends how much you recover. So if you recover really quickly, then keep a healthy sex life of ejaculation 3 4 times. Don't masturbate. Like, save that up for your wife. Save that up for your girlfriend. But you can have intercourse and have sex 3 to 4 times a week. But if you have really done some damage, like I've done a bit of damage, you may have to have sex 2 3 times a week. Okay. Now, when I say damage, don't freak out about it. When you're in a married, you got to change your mindset a bit. You got to start thinking quality over quantity. You can have sex 10 times a week and it's just a chore. That's it. That's a chore. Or you can really have sex maybe 3 times a week or 2 times a week, and you make it real quality for her. Okay, so sometimes you got to change your mindset a bit. Now, if you end up, but one thing I'm going to say is, if you've had sexual exhaustion, don't exhaust yourself again. Okay, you'll revert back, and you'll just keep doing further and further damage. And I know, look, I was very fortunate. I met a PhD Chinese medicine doctor who specialised in it. Most Chinese medicine doctors, I went to one and I explained my problem, and he sort of looked at me funny. Okay, you go to a doctor and you're on the Western side, and I've never done it, but from my understanding, a lot of the times they say it's all in your head because you're so young and you shouldn't be having erectile dysfunction, right? But we've only had pornography hardcore pornography the last 20 years, okay? All right, hopefully I've explained sexual exhaustion properly. You can recover quite well, but just remember, if you're like me, or I recovered quite well, but not fully bounced back. But I'm hoping that one of you you young fellas may watch this video and cut it out, and you fully recover back, but also learn to change your mindset and learn and understand the reason why you had sexual exhaustion was because you're actually a sex addict. Okay? No worries. Take it easy, guys. Hopefully this helps.